Here in Italy, Italian region of Veneto, this summer they'll activate a so-called health protocol for the vulnerable and who suffers from certain illnesses which excessive heat could endanger their lives, which requires hospitalisation and so on. They claim due to climatic changes in the last 5 years, there's been 10% increase in deaths. Wait a second, 10% increase in deaths in the last 5 years. What came out in 2021? You probably guessed it. Then it started a whole series of mysterious deaths. People suddenly become ill, they drop dead in the middle of the road, and no one knew the cause. No magistrate, no health authority, no public official wanted to investigate. It was a thing which they had. Let's go back to this protocol. It's a whole series of interventions as part of the local health authorities. Nothing exceptional, but the powers that be, they do have our hearts, our health, and mainly the vulnerable, like elderly people, heart attacks, and other type of health issues which excessive heat could create problems. But the fact is, there are more people who die of the cold than of the heat. This is a known fact. And like I said, they blame it to the climatic changes. Earth naturally, without man interfering, does go through phases of hot cold spells, climatic changes. What we do on Earth has something to do with it, not that much of an impact. It's probably all false alarmism as usual. They they dig out and fear-mongering people basically, and or they're on a soft approach, testing out climatic lockdowns. They locked us down 5 years ago for a bug, and they're going to lock us down for so-called climate change. The powers that be, when they are interested in public health, that means there are big interests behind it, control, and occasion to make money. Those who are a bit more, awake can connect the dots, but most of the people, it's just pure ignorance. They don't know about anything. It's just pushing agendas of a certain type, 15-minute cities and all that stuff. Like at Milano, the mayor of Milano wants to reduce the amount of cars, and he wants people take public transport, which is inefficient, expensive, and dangerous for the people, because you've got pickpocketers, you've got these illegals going around doing certain things. I don't think you see the president of the region taking a public transport for the poor people who go to work. He's got his regional car, which they call it Auto Blu, his own chauffeur and stuff like that. I think it boils down to the same old thing, really. They want to be more richer, have more power. We're more poorer, and we have to depend from them for food in the end, all our necessities. This will be probably the outcome of our society if people don't wake up. You got to take into account politicians do not have the best interests of us. They always put their interests and their fishing friends' interests first. we're the last ones on the list.